Welcome back, everyone. And in today's lesson, we're going to be in Project 5, and we are getting ready to design using the Loft command, and we're going to use the shell command too, and you can do these a little bit more fancier designs. So we'll get started, and if you'll notice on this isometric view, you have different work planes, and at different work planes you're going to have different shapes, and this is how the Loft works. And if you come down here like plane 1, this here is plane 1, as you see. This is the shape. Here's plane 2, plane 3, plane 4. Okay? So let's take a look, and let's draw this thing up. So I want to just minimize it just a little bit. And I've got my Fusion 360 up and running. And this is in millimeters. So I want to make sure my units are in millimeters. Good. And I want to take off. And first I want to just come up here and create new. And like I always do, I come down here to my origin, find my XY to click on. Or you could click on the plane out here, but to me, this works a little better. I like doing it like this. That way I know exactly I'm on the XY plane. And I want to first go to plane 1, and I want to draw this out. It's 50.8. And you're going to use a Polygon Tool. And you don't see it right off the bat up here, but if you go to Create and drop that menu down, here's your polygon. And this one is, you have different choices here. Circumscribed or inscribed. Inscribed means the polygon is going to be inside of a certain radius. Circumscribed means it's going to be on the outside of a certain radius. It's going to be around its circumference is what that's talking about. So I'll show you the difference here real quick. If I were to put a circle in here, catch my center point right there, and I put this thing in here at 50.8, and that, you see that that's from corner to corner. If now I go in here to create, and I do polygon, I do circumscribed, it'll want my center. And how many sides right here do I need? It is 6 sides, the hexagon. And then all the thing I got to do is tell it what my diameter is. Or actually, it goes off of radius. So you do 50.8 divided by 2. And you can kind of turn it to get to wherever you want to go. Or it doesn't matter. And there it is. Now, if you want this to be lined up, and see what I'm talking about, how it goes around the circumference? Real quick, I'll show you what the inscribed would look like, just so you'll understand it. Inscribed, come here, click there, and type in again the 50.8 divided by 2 to get the radius. See how that polygon is inside of that radius, as this one is on the outside. That is your differences between them, okay? So I'll undo that back, and I'm going to get this out of here. Now, you'll notice this thing is, I want it to be flat like this one across. So all I have to do is, up here in my constraints, it's a really cool tool, click on this, and then click this right here, and it will make it horizontal. It's a horizontal vertical, and since that was closer to horizontal, that's what it did. So that's a real quick trick to do that. So after you get this in, your dimension is fine. Always check your dimension just to make sure. It's 50.8. That's perfect. I finished the sketch up. Now that one's done. And if you hit shift and smash your wheel down, you can rotate it. Okay, so that one's done, and now I want to make myself another plane and make this next one 50.8 as well. Okay, but how far is that plane off of the bottom one? It is 5 millimeters. So when you're back into your feature type of mode, you're going to go into what is called construct, and you're going to offset the plane. That's all we have to do. Just offset your plane, and now we're going to offset the XY plane, okay? Because that's what we started with. And how much do I want to offset it off that XY plane? 5 millimeters. And make sure it's going in the up direction here. And okay. And you can see that now. You can see how that one's just a little bit above it. And all you got to do is just come up here and hit Create Sketch. Come down here to that plane that you just made. And make sure you're catching it. Make sure it's the right one. Click on it. And you got yourself a new sketch. And all I have to do is I can project this up to that plane. That's no problem. You see how that one's a little bit over top. I can actually project this up, or I can just go in there and redraw it. It doesn't matter. And if you want to project something, hit Create, and you come down to what's called Project, and then I can just go around here and see when I click on that how it projects it up to that new plane that I just made. And there it is. You could project it, you could have redrawn it, it doesn't matter. It's good to know where that project is in future reference. Alright, the next point is going to be plane 3, and it's a 26 diameter, and everything is staying centered, okay? Symmetrical. So plane 3, I come up here to plane 3, how between 2 and 3, how far is it? It's 25 millimeters. So again, offset plane. I want to offset this one. How much do I want to offset it in the up direction? 25, right? Create your new sketch right on the top of it. Alright, and if I shift, smash my wheel down, I can kind of look around. I'm good. And I want to put this circle right in the center, and it is, if I scroll down over here, is 26 millimeter. Alright. And perfect. Finished sketch. Everything's lined up through here. It's perfect. My next plane is plane 4. It's my last plane. And you'll notice it's 10 millimeters off of plane 3. So all I have to do now, construct, offset plane. You can actually just click on that. And make sure you're going in that up direction. 10 millimeters. Let's type in 10. Enter, and make us a new sketch right on that plane up here at the top. And what was that? Plane 4. What was the diameter? It's 35. Circle, 35 millimeter diameter, and finish the sketch. And we've got all 4 sketches on there. You all see that? Let's do a loft. Now what loft does is it catches these enclosed boundary shapes and catches these polygons, going to catch these circles, and it's going to make this shape right here. Okay? So let's do that. Let's go into Loft and come down to Loft. And you're going to make, with these shapes, we are going to make this loft. And again, all you have to do is come down here and click on the bottom first. Make sure you get it. Kind of brightens up. Click it. Catch the second. Come up here and catch. We'll give it a minute to think. Come up here and catch the third. And then catch your fourth point. And you'll see how that actually follows those points to make that shape. Pretty cool, isn't it? So hit OK on that. And there that is. Sweet. So let's shell this thing out like this. So the bottom of it's intact and it's got a shell thickness of it. And let's see here. Alright, so we're going to give it a shell thickness. It doesn't really tell us here, so we'll figure that out. Let's make one. So I come up here and hit shell. And all I have to do is select the face that I want to be opened. Click it, and let's see if we want to go maybe a 5 millimeter. Let's go 5 millimeter. It's too big. Let's go 2. There's perfect. That looks good. 2 millimeter. And if you'll notice, see how the bottom's still intact? So all of that is shelled out and open. That's all you had to do. Now, on the shell, on cancel it. If you wanted to shell and have this open and the bottom of it open, that's all you'd have to do right there. And tell it maybe 2 millimeter. See how it opens up both of them? Okay, but we only want the top shelled out at 2. So hit OK on that. And there is our inkwell. Awesome, isn't it? So go ahead after you get that done. And make sure you go to Save up here. And I want to call this one Inkwell Project 5A. And save it. Okay? We'll go ahead and save that one. And now what I want to do is I want to take myself a snapshot of this. Go to Snipping Tool, which is so handy. Hit New. Come in here and do a snipping of this. And hit File, Save As. And then, just put it somewhere where you know where it's at. And I want to put this one Project 5A and save it. All right, folks, if you need help with this one, please just let me know, and I will help you.